The nail gun, saw blade, pipe, baseball, Chinese grenade launcher, and Piggy Bank Fat Man are all available during the When Pigs Fly quest in Fallout 4. And in this video, I will show you how to get your hands on all of them and look at their stats. Hi, I'm Mo, and I'm trapped in Fallout. To begin this quest, you will first need to select When Pigs Fly quest. And once you've done that, this marker will appear on your map, which is basically an unmarked location. It is directly east of the Kendall Hospital and west of the Cambridge Crater. Once you make it to a location close enough, so I am at Kendall Hospital, from here what I'm going to do is simply head southeast. So I'm just going to sort of head in this direction, and what we're really looking for rather when we get to the location is an NPC that will initially just have a terminal behind him that we can access. So just follow this route, and from here take this right over here, and you should see the quest marker right over there. So go over there, and what you want to do is access this terminal. Now before we do that, what we're going to do is go ahead and speak to this NPC called Suggs, and with them we're going to go ahead and select the barter option. So as I said in the intro of this video, there are a number of weapons that we will collect as part of this quest, but there are some that can only be purchased. There are some that can be found. Two that can be purchased right off the bat are the nail gun and the saw blade. So if you look down, hopefully you will have one of each. So here I have a somewhat customized nail gun, so go ahead and purchase this. And you will also have a saw blade, go ahead and purchase that as well. Now, when it comes to the actual cost associated with it, they're not really that expensive. So they should be within about 200 to 300 caps depending on your level. Anyway, with that done, go ahead and purchase both weapons. And with that, you have now basically acquired the nail gun and the saw blade. It may also be worthwhile to actually purchase some ammo while you're here. So for the nail gun, what you want are some nails. And for the saw blade, what you want are some saw blades. Go ahead and confirm the transaction. With that done, what you now want to do is access this terminal over here. And go ahead and select this option, Weapons Dealer in Monsignor Plaza. And what this will do is now create another quest marker on your map, which is directly east of where you are right now. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and travel there. Once you make it to the location, what you want to do is just go ahead and enter. Now, do be warned, this area will be filled with raiders. They're not particularly difficult to take out, but for the most part, they're just sort of average to mid-level raiders. So go ahead and go inside. Once inside, what you want to do is just stick to your right-hand side. So just go down this way and then through this hallway. Again, this area will be filled with raiders as well and some turrets. Again, nothing to be too worried about. Stick to your right, go up this set of stairs, and then look to your right and go into this gun shop. And in here, again, there will be some more enemies around. Again, not too high level. But what you want to do is look on the desk, and here you will get your third weapon, the pipe grenade launcher.
There we go.
And with that, go ahead and collect this note here, Marvin's note. And what you will now have to do is go back to Suggs, where he will be under attack. But before we do that, another quick thing to take from here, something new as well, you can grab these piggy bank mines. So there's a couple here, and throughout this DLC you will find a few more scattered throughout. Anyway, once you grab the piggy bank mines, what you want to do is travel back to Suggs. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly do that now. So as mentioned, on your way back to Suggs, you will notice that he is actually under siege. He is under attack by a number of NPCs. What you want to do is simply take them out. And as a result of doing this, we will actually get 2 more weapons. So what you want to do is sort of make it to this building, and you will notice that there's a quest marker on top of this building over here. And Suggs is just around the corner. So when you get to this building, just make your way to the top. And on top of this building will be an NPC holding a Piggy Bank Fat Man. So what we can do potentially is try and do some sneak attacks. So try and keep him on the roof. So I'm just going to quickly try and do that. Okay. And what this has done is I've taken out the NPC and he's fallen down over there. So he's got the quest marker on him. And on him, he has a grenade schematics, which is what we need to go and give to Suggs. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and grab the Fat Man that he sort of threw in this general direction, which is right over here. So with that Piggy Bank Fat Man grab, let's go ahead and speak to this gentleman over here and make sure that you get the Piggy Bank launcher bomb from him and the grenade schematics. Once you've done that, If you now go back, you will notice there are 2 more NPCs, and one of them is actually carrying the baseball launcher, which is right over here. So once you've taken out this NPC, from him, grab some modified baseballs, which is basically the ammo, and then go ahead and grab the baseball launcher. With that done, if you now go ahead and speak to Suggs, he should take the graded schematics off you. So if it doesn't happen right away, just go ahead and speak to him again.
Excuse me.
So he should take the graded schematics off you, and as a result, he will give you the Chinese grenade launcher rifle. So in this very short period of time, we have basically purchased the nail gun and the saw blade. We found the pipe grenade launcher in the plaza. We then found a Piggy Bank Fat Man on the NPC on top of the roof. We also found a baseball grenade launcher on the NPC just sort of lying on the ground a little south of us. And then as a result of giving the grenade schematic to Suggs, he gave us the Chinese grenade launcher. Go ahead and take that. And once you take that, this will basically end up completing the When Pigs Fly quest. So with that, you should now also complete the quest. Now, before we go ahead and take a look at the weapons, one more quick note. If you want ammo for these weapons, he is actually the best person to come and speak to. Eventually, the ammo will be available throughout the Commonwealth. I have found other places, but Suggs is actually the best person to come and get these ammos. And what you can do is this. Just go into barter. So if I go into the ammo section, I can see he's got some frag grenades. And he also has some nails. And he also has some saw blades and so on. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Now, if he doesn't have the ammo that you want, specifically, what you can do is just come right here over to this bench over here, or this one, doesn't really matter, and just sit down. And what you want to do is just wait for 48 hours. So basically just wait for 24 hours 2 times. And after waiting here for 2 times, if you then go and just simply speak to Suggs, he will have replenished his ammo stock. So you can just sort of repeat this on a cycle until you have all the ammo that you want or need. And with that said, now let's go ahead and take a look at the weapons in the order that we collected them during this quest line. Let's take a look at the nail gun. So it uses nails as its ammo, and it has a damage of around 18 when fully upgraded. It has a clip size of 12 with a fire rate of 145. It has a range of 107 with an accuracy of 74, and it will cost you around 13 points in AP per VATS action. So given these stats, this is a good weapon for using in VATS, but not ideal for doing a significant amount of damage. When it comes to perk, what you want to do is have some ranks in Commando, as this will increase the damage of this weapon given that it is an automatic weapon, and it will also improve the hip fire accuracy. You also want some perks in Bloody Mess, as this will give you a flat out damage increase across all weapons, including the nail gun, and have some ranks in Basher, as this will increase the damage you do with the weapon when using the bashing mechanics. When it comes to modifying the nail gun, there are a few things you can apply. For the receiver, you really want to go with the most advanced receiver, as this will increase the damage of the weapon as well as its fire rate. For the barrel, you want to go ahead with the long barrel to increase the range. For the grip, you want to go with the sharpshooter's grip, again, to increase the accuracy of the weapon. For the magazine, you want to go with the drum quick eject mag. This will give you better ammo capacity and improve reload speed. And for the sights, it's really up to you, but personally, I would go with the reflex sight, as this will increase the accuracy of the weapon. And when it comes to muzzle, again, the overcharged gas muzzle is probably better, as this increases the damage of the weapon, as well as giving the ability to penetrate the enemy's armor. Next, let's take a look at the saw blade launcher. So this weapon uses saw blades as its ammo. When fully upgraded, it has a pretty good damage of about 312. It has a clip size of 16 with a fire rate of 66. It has a range, an impressive one actually, at 239 with an accuracy of 77. And when using in VATS, it will cost you around 19 points. In terms of perks, you want some ranks in Rifleman, as this will increase the damage you do with this non-automatic weapon, and it also starts to ignore some percentage of the target's armor ratings. You also want some ranks in Bloody Mess to again give it a flat increased damage, as well as some ranks in Basher to improve the bashing mechanics damage you do with the weapon. When it comes to the weapon modification, for the receiver, what you want to do is go ahead with a calibrated powerful receiver. This will increase the damage the weapon does, including the damage it does when it lands critical hits, and has better accuracy. For the second modification, you want to go with the gust powered. This will have better range and projectile speed and do more damage. For the stock, you want to go ahead with the recoil compensating stock, and this will reduce the amount of recoil you do with the weapon. And lastly, for the sights, again, it's totally up to you, but what I would suggest is you either go with the reflex or any other scope really. So personally, I would go with the reflex sight. Next, let's take a look at the pipe grenade launcher. So this appears as a legendary weapon, and it has the effect of firing 25% faster, and it also has a 15% faster reload. This is a unique type of a grenade launcher. It fires 40 frag grenades, and when fully upgraded, it will do around 435 worth of damage. It has a clip size of just 1 with a fire rate of 7, so it is a rather slow firing weapon. When it comes to range, it has a range of about 173 with an accuracy of 81. And it is pretty AP heavy, it's really hungry. For in VATS, it will cost you around 40 points per action. When it comes to perks, what you want to do is have some points in Gunslinger. Since this weapon is considered a pistol, it will actually do more damage and increases its range. You also want some points in Demolition Expert, as this will increase the damage of the weapon given that it does explosive damage. You also want some points in Bloody Mess to give it a flat damage increase, and some points in the Basher perk so that you can do more damage when using the bashing mechanic. When it comes to weapon modification, for the receiver, you want to use the powerful receiver, as this will increase the damage of the weapon flat out. For the barrel, you want to go ahead and use the long barrel to increase its range and sighted accuracy and to improve the recoil. For the grip, what you want to do is go ahead and use the comfort stock. What this will do is increase the accuracy and the recoil, and you also have better aim when using scopes. And it also improves the bashing mechanics. For the sights, it's really up to you, but I would go with the reflex sight because scopes can be a little bit difficult to use with this weapon, given that there are times you would probably end up using this at close range. For the muzzle, interestingly, you can actually put a suppressor on it, which means you can actually silence it, and if you have points in something like sneak, then this will actually end up doing even more damage with the weapon. And when it comes to the paint, it's really up to you. It has no bearing on the stats of the weapon other than the look and feel of it. Now let's take a look at the Piggy Bank Fat Man. So this is a unique type of Fat Man to a degree. It fires Piggy Bank launcher bombs, and when fully upgraded, it will do around 2200 worth of damage. Because it is a Fat Man, it has a clip size of just 1 with a fire rate of just 1, and it has a range of about 117. It has an accuracy of 66, and it is also very AP hungry at around 60 points per VATS action. When it comes to perks, what you want to do is invest some points in Heavy Gunner. This will cause the weapon to do more damage, and you will have better hip fire accuracy. You also want some points in Demolition Expert, as this will end up doing more damage with the weapon. And you also want some points in the Bloody Mess perk, as this will cause the weapon to do more damage, as well as some points in the Basher perk to allow you to do more damage with the bashing mechanic. When it comes to modifying the Piggy Bank Fat Man, you really only have one modification, which is the launcher itself. So when you actually grab this weapon from that NPC up on the rooftop, it will have this modification already applied to it. So if you want, you can convert it into a standard Fat Man or a Merv launcher, but this is really the only modification on the weapon. Now let's talk about the baseball grenade launcher. So this is a unique type of grenade launcher. It fires modified baseballs, and when fully upgraded, it will do around 209 damage. It has a clip size of 9 with a fire rate of 36, and it has a range of 203. It has an accuracy of about 65 with an AP cost of 25 per VATS action. When it comes to perks, what you want to do is invest some points into Heavy Gunner. What this will do is cause the weapon to do more damage, and it will have better hip fire accuracy. You also want some points in Bloody Mess, as this will give the weapon a flat damage increase, as well as some points in the bashing mechanic or the Basher perk to have some more damage when using the bashing mechanic. When it comes to weapon modification, for the receiver, what you want to do is go ahead and attach the improved powerful receiver, as this will increase the damage of the weapon significantly. For the barrel, you want to go ahead with the long barrel to increase its range and sighted accuracy. For the sights, again, up to you, but I would suggest you go with either the reflex or the glow reflex sight. For the muzzle, go ahead with the fire muzzle. What this will do is, quite interestingly, set each of the baseballs on fire as they shoot out, doing a little bit more damage over time as opposed to just doing impact damage. And for the last one, again, this is just a color scheme for the weapon. It doesn't affect your stats at all, so you can go ahead and select whichever one that you prefer. And lastly, let's take a look at the Chinese grenade launcher. So this is a unique weapon, and its ability is to ignore 30% of the target's damage and energy resistance. As you probably guessed, this is a unique type of grenade launcher, and it fires 40 mm frag grenades. When fully upgraded, it will do around 470 damage. It has a clip size of 6 with a fire rate of 11, and it has a range of 185. It has an accuracy of 82 with an AP cost per fast action of 35. When it comes to perks, what you want to do is invest some points in the Rifleman perk. What this will do is cause this weapon to do an increased amount of damage, and it will also have a small percentage of ignoring the target's armor even further. You also want some points in Demolition Expert to increase the damage you do with the explosive element of the weapon, and you also want some points in Bloody Mess to increase the damage of the weapon just flat out. And having some points in the bashing mechanic will also not hurt, as you will do more damage when using the bashing feature of the weapon. When it comes to looking at the modifications for the weapon, for the receiver, you want to go with the powerful receiver, as this will significantly increase the damage of the weapon. For the barrel, go ahead with the fluted long barrel for better range and sighted accuracy, and a better hip fire accuracy. For the stock, go ahead with the marksman stock. This will increase your sighted accuracy, reduce your recoil, and also allow you to do more damage, or rather allows your aim when using scoped. For the magazine, go ahead with the large magazine, so for better ammo capacity. And for the sights, what you want to do is you can go with the reflex sight, but in this case, I would actually suggest you go with the ballistic shield. Doing this means that if you end up using this weapon at a very close range, you will take very little damage from the impact of that. For the muzzle, go ahead with the muzzle brake, as this will increase the recoil of the weapon, and you will also have a better per shot recoil, but it does reduce the range a little bit. But again, it works really well with the ballistic shield. And for the paint, again, just like the other weapons, this doesn't really affect your output in damage or anything like that, so it's really up to you, whichever one cosmetically suits your needs. In this video, we went through a number of weapons that you can get your hands on during the When Pigs Fly quest, including the nail gun, Piggy Bank Fat Man, and the 4 grenades, i.e. the saw blade, the pipe, baseball, and Chinese grenade rifle. These are very powerful weapons that will surely help you. Given that you now know about these items, why not check out my guide on the Echoes of the Past questline, where I will show you how you can get your hands on the Tesla Cannon, the Hellfire, and the X02 Enclave power armor. Click on the video you see on the screen now, and I will show you how to get your hands on the Tesla Cannon, the Enclave X02, and the Hellfire power armor. Click on the video you see on the screen now.